I have a pet and she seems to want a bigger power exchange. But I don't really know what I would punish her for because she's so well behaved and I just love her a lot. I love this question. Very, very sweet. So, first and most important point, and you have likely heard me say this before, punishments do not exclusively create the power gap. Punishments, the existence of punishments, do not exclusively create the power gap. The power gap, especially in pet play, is not necessarily in punishment or anything sadistic, or even really anything necessarily degrading, although I think in pet play there's a fine line. But I feel like in pet play, the way to create the most effective power gap is to create the gap between human and non-human, to create the gap between master, owner, and pet. And so for me, the goal would be no human thoughts, communication, or action on behalf of my pet. This isn't the time to speak to your pet in any other way but an actual pet. If it's a kitten, hold your hand out. Oh, mere sweet girl. Treat them like an actual pet. If it's a pup and you have hand signals already trained, commands already trained, then work off of those. But the power gap is between human and pet, not necessarily in punishment or sadism. So, Dominant, who asked me this question, I recently did a 3-part series on how to seduce, how to own, and how to break a submissive. I would highly advise that. Highly advise that. So I would say that, when I said a moment ago that degradation/humiliation, I feel has a lot of overlap in pet play. Because I feel like in pet play, what would normally be highly, highly degrading is it actually boosts submissive arousal, boosts pet arousal in that space. For instance, if you take a non-pet and throw food on the floor and make just a human submissive lick up the food from the floor, that's pretty degrading, depending on where you fall on the degradation scale. For me, are you fucking kidding me? No. But in a pet play context, you put the food in the pet dish and the pet has to crawl over and eat the food off of the floor. It's technically degrading, but what it's really doing is reinforcing the pet mentality. So that's what I mean. There seems to be a lot of overlap, and I would say use that to your advantage. Use that to your advantage 100%. Require noises from them, right? No human thoughts, communication, or action. So they cannot stand up on their feet and trot over to you. They must crawl. They must nuzzle. If they want to get your attention, it's not clearing their throat or daddy, master, owner. None of that. It's meow, meow, meow. That kind of shit. Make them meow. Make them purr. Make them bark. You know what I mean? Make your submissive. Like, if your submissive is entering that energy, they should communicate as a pet in that energy. Right? If they're excited, I'm sorry, if I have a little pup that's excited, I want to see the paws up here and I want to see all of that. I want to watch you sink into a pet space. I want you to abandon your humanity. And in that, the gap is created. All right. In that, the gap is created. So require noises, meowing, purring, barking, whatever. To show them affection, go out of your way to do more pet like things when it comes to affection. You can like hold them in your arms if you want. I hold my dog in my arms all the time. But like typically when you're walking by, kind of just reach down, pet under the chin or pet the head or whatever, and you keep walking by. You know what I mean? Part of the pet play is they can just be a pet in the house, kind of cause little trouble, and you don't have to necessarily engage with them 100% all the time. Do we with our pets? Sometimes we just walk by them and we don't even acknowledge them. Or sometimes we walk by them and go, oh, you're so cute. Sometimes we walk by them and give them a little scratch real fast. So I'm just saying, sink into that space where the gap is I am human, I am owner, I am master, and you're just a helpless little kitten. You're a helpless little pup. That kind of thing. Bites the ankles. And so again, that would be a perfect opportunity to bring out a little brattiness in the pet play. If you're a bratty little feisty kitten and your master, your owner is sitting on the couch and you want some attention, then you crawl over there and bite somebody in the ankles. You know what I mean?